Hello everyone, I hope you are well. Quick video from me today. A friend of mine recently bought the DWE4785 DeWalt table saw. I think he saw a good review online and then thought it was for him. Shout out to Chris for letting me film this, and I really just thought it was a good opportunity to film an unboxing, so that's what I'm doing today. As you can see, we got it delivered in the post, and here is us taking it out the box. Very nicely packaged, like everything from DeWalt that you seem to get in the post. There's two smaller boxes, as well as obviously the large table saw itself. So we got all those things out of the larger box and put them on the table. The first box we happened to open, that Chris is nicely demonstrating here, contained the mitre gauge. Now these aren't great, honestly, but it's great that it comes with one. Really what you want to do instead of using this is make yourself a cross sled, and I've done that in a separate video. I'll link to that in the description, but great to see that included. The next box that we opened is a blade guard, and I think these are absolutely underrated. They're very, very useful, and this one from DeWalt is brilliant. So I recommend attaching that, getting used to how to figure it out. And it's at this point in the video that we realized Chris made a mistake. I'll let you listen to this live.
Chris, it's the fucking thingy one.
Oh, mate. Fuck's sake.
1 week later.
He actually ordered the 110 volt, which is obviously not ideal because every time he sets this up, he's going to need to lug around one of those very heavy transformers. And if you're paying all of the money for a brand new table saw, you may as well get yourself the 240 volt that plugs directly into a wall outlet. So watch out for that. Some people want the 110 volt, that's okay, but the 240 volt was what Chris wanted. So he actually returned this one. Luckily, the vendor that he got it from was really good to him and let him return it and ordered himself a new one. So that's what you can see here. This one wasn't packaged quite as nicely. I believe this one was off eBay and it was new but second hand. So some of the attachments were already connected. As you can see though, it's never been used. Not a speck of sawdust to be found on this one. Just because you've got everything out the box, it doesn't mean you're done. What I would recommend doing at this point is firstly attaching the fence, which comes pinned to the underside and the actual opposite side of where it lives. So you want to just unclip these here and flip it over and move it over to the side where it's going to live permanently. There are two pins that you can attach it to, and that's really just to give you a difference in the amount of cutting width that you want available. I recommend going for the narrower one and only moving it out if you're cutting something particularly large. Another thing I'd recommend you watch out for, and it's something I've had to contact DeWalt about for my particular table saw, is the bit of the fence that flips over. Once it's connected in, it didn't quite sit perfectly evenly, and you can see my friend Chris here had the same issue. So we are going to contact DeWalt and hopefully they'll be good to us and send us out a new fence. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is actually calibrate the fence and make sure it's square. So grab yourself a set square and just check both sides by putting it on the edge there. Chris's was actually perfect, so there was no adjustments that were required. However, if you did have to adjust it, you just want to grab yourself an Allen key, unscrew these pins on the side and give it a little spank to the left there, and that'll be enough just to make it level. The next thing you want to do is just check the bevel of your blade. So bring your blade right to the top and use that set square to check the 90 degree. Again, Chris's didn't require any adjustment, but if it did, we would set it to the perfect 90 degrees and then adjust that red pin there on the rotation wheel. Lastly, we just wanted to make sure it was zeroing out correctly. So we marked up 15 centimeters on the fence, making sure that it was exactly 15 centimeters away from the fence. And it was actually 1 mil out. So we unscrewed these bolts ever so slightly on the position scale here on the measure, and then adjusted that so it marked up accurately. That's everything for this video, but if you've enjoyed this or you've just ordered this table saw, I recommend you check out this review next. Thanks guys.